So first off, I want to say if I sound a little funny, it's because for the second time in my life, I got braces. Hopefully you won't see them, and hopefully they won't affect how I talk too much, but if I sound funny, that's what it is. And it's interesting because tonight we got a lot to talk about. And I want to start off by introducing the Michel Rutat Grillettes. This is an amazing house, and I've done one review already for the Lignum, and I'm going to do a couple more reviews over the next couple of weeks for their other champagnes. But the Grillettes is absolutely spectacular. Before we get into this, let's take a second to thank the people who made tonight's exploration into this fantastic champagne possible. Our friend and sponsors, the Dabbler. The Dabbler, located in St. Paul, Minnesota. The Dabbler is proud to be the exclusive retailer of the Michel Rutat line of champagnes. This means that not only can you learn about this exquisite champagne here on our channel, but you can also, at last, purchase it directly at their stores. What truly sets the Dabbler apart is their dedication to fostering a sense of community among beverage enthusiasts. They're not just about selling fine beverages, they're about creating experiences, sparking conversations, and building relationships. By supporting the Dabbler, you're not just supporting a local business. You're supporting a community of people united by their love of libation and joy. So check them out. You'll find their link in the description below. And now, let's pop the cork on this champagne. So tonight, we're going to experience the Michel Rutat Grillettes. This is a 100% Chardonnay from the Côte de Blanc in the village of Rutat, from one specific plot, the Grillettes. This is an expression of one singular area. It has zero dosage. This rested on lees for 5 years. This is one of those champagnes that has gained a lot of notoriety. It is considered a rare champagne because they don't make a lot of them, and they are relatively hard to find, except through us. So let's open this up and see what we got. All right, here we go. Ah. There we go. Oh my goodness, it is just pure fruit. Okay, it is unadulterated. It is just pure fruit. Oh good grief! This is white fleshy fruit, some pear, some apple. There's a hint of chalkiness to it, and once you let this breathe a bit, you're gonna get a little bit of brioche. Okay, you're gonna get a little bit of that toasted note to it, and it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful floral note on it. It's just amazing. I love that. I love when the elements that you get on the nose translate to what's on the palate, and to me that's a sign of complexity, of depth, and wholeness. Okay, now that's not a technical term, but when I say wholeness, that means that you are getting exactly what they wanted you to experience. That pure expression of the grape, the pure expression of Rutat, and that one plot, the Grillettes, and it's there. And the way it translates from what's on the nose to what's on the palate, it's going to lend into the length, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes. But it is just absolutely beautiful on the palate. It's very smooth. It's got a lively attack to it. And that attack really lends to that citrus note that is, I dare say, kind of hard to really nail down without it being lost and without it being too much. And here it's just absolutely perfect. It is just so perfect. Oh, good grief. Just the right hint of acidity. It's not overly acidic. It's not astringent. It's not going to dry your mouth out. You get a little bit of that, but that's a good thing. And I like that because that tells me this pairs well with food, which also we're going to talk about briefly in a minute. Oh, it is just so beautiful. That beautiful pale gold. That is just beautiful. I love that gold. And you know, the color is a matter of personal preference. Okay. I personally love this. I really do, because to me, right there, that is like I'm drinking a glass of gold. And that's the experience I want to have. So again, this aged for 5 years. It is a 2017 base wine, rested on lees for 5 years, degorged in 2023. I mean, that's dedication to sit on some champagne for that long, knowing full well that every year that goes by, you're not running a risk, far from it, but every year that goes by, I can feel the pressure. I can feel that. And I can feel the tension in that waiting and that anticipation, and pop the first bottle and it's like bang, perfect. And it is absolutely perfect. So let's talk about that finish. It's long, and it's long in the good way. You're getting all those notes, and the cool thing is, on that finish, okay, you're definitely going to get a little bit more acidity, a little bit more chalkiness on the back of the palate in its length, and the fruit note is still there, and it's not taking a turn for the south. It is just this perfect line that is just ever slowly decreasing, and it's long. It's still here. I mean, the length on this is minutes. And I don't mean 1 or 2. I'm talking like 5, 6, 7 minutes without it really fading away. Like, you will still enjoy this an hour after you drink it. It is just this perfectly round champagne. Remember, roundness is when a champagne has the ability to let all of its components and all of its nuances shine without stepping on each other, without overpowering the other. Complete, perfectly balanced. And there's a reason why this is considered a notable champagne, why this is considered also a rare champagne, is it's only going to be a vintage, it's only going to come from that one area, that one plot, and if it's not good enough, it's not happening. And we are very lucky that 2017, they had a good year, because this is just absolutely perfect. You know, hailing from the Côte de Blanc, you know, Flavien and Baptiste, it is their belief that the soil is the key. And, you know, we tend to get stuck sometimes on the romantic side of champagne, of the toasting of it, the blending of it, the hard work that goes into the harvest, the beautiful time it spends in those beautiful dark chalk caves for years and years and 5 years. The riddling, those moments, they're so wonderful and they're so romantic. But we do sometimes forget to pay homage to where all of this comes from. And it's these rows and rows and rows of vines out in the field. And if you aren't taking care of them there, you're not going to have a good product when you move into those other more romantic stages. And with the commitment on being natural, with the commitment on no pesticides, no artificial anything in their work, they're artisans keeping that commitment to purity. And you are tasting a pure champagne, and it is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. The length, the complexity on the palate, the aromas on the nose, the attack, the mouthfeel. Bravo. Excellent. Absolutely excellent. Wow. Now let's talk about pairing. This will work well with almost anything. And we'll start bold first. I would go, let's do a steak, okay? Definitely stay away from a fatty sauce like steak au poivre. keep your steak natural, a little bit of salt, pepper. You know, let the meat and the fire do the talking, and this champagne will work beautifully with that. A good roasted pork will go well with this. However, I will say this: if you can have a roasted pork, you can go with a cream sauce in that, or a heavier sauce with that. That would work very nicely here, and they would complement each other. And of course, with seafood, shellfish, oysters, this is a fantastic aperitif. This is great for dessert. And those two areas is really where it'll shine. It'll also shine very well with some fantastic cheese. And keep the cheeses on the mild side, not because one will overpower the other, but the complementing of the delicate nature of some of these cheeses and the delicate nature of the champagnes will complement and support each other. Scallops, obviously. You can go with some grilled fish. I personally would stay away from salmon with this one. Now, remember, I'm not a seafood guy, but I do cook, and I do know what tastes good and what works and what doesn't. The only reason I would say stay away from salmon with this is this has too many delicate notes to it. And salmon, I have eaten salmon. Salmon will kind of overpower that. And I think that is an area I would stay away from. But you do you. Wow. So final thoughts. I like to always use this analogy. Trapped in a desert island. Yeah. This would be on the list. This is an everyday drinker, but you got to approach it with a little bit of respect because it is very, very singular in its message to you. You got to respect it, and that's a good thing. But that doesn't mean you don't enjoy it. It doesn't mean that you don't. This doesn't require a special occasion. This doesn't require a special moment. This requires an empty glass. And that's really about it. So again, I want to thank everybody for the fantastic support. And as always, best job a guy could have. And champagne every day. Thank you.